I thought we would go through all of the parts that come with the A&A Supercharger kit for the C6. So I've got them all laid out here, and let's go through most of them for those that don't have a really good idea of what everything does. So let's start with the path of the air. The air enters in the air filter, which is provided. It goes up through this dongle tube, and then it goes into the supercharger right here where it is compressed, and it is blown out through this outlet, which gets attached to this tubing right here, goes down here. This is the blow-off valve, so whenever you let off the gas, vacuum increases in the engine. There's a little tube that goes to this, a vacuum line. It opens up the blow-off valve, and it just vents extra pressure out here because you don't need that in the engine when you're not trying to go fast. But when you've got your foot to the floor, there's no vacuum inside the engine, so this valve closes and the pressure continues through this tube, which goes to the intercooler. And it goes in this tube right here, and this is essentially an aluminum, it's a heavy radiator is what it is. It's an air-to-air intercooler. Air goes through the front of the car, through all of these fins, and takes the heat out, because when you compress air with the compressor, the head unit, and that compresses the air where it gets hotter, and this gets rid of a lot of the heat, just like a radiator in your car, because you don't want hot air going into the engine, you want cold air. So the heat is reduced greatly, then it goes up through this tube, which goes to the throttle body and enters the engine. Going back to all of the hoses and the tubing and everything like that, here's a bag full of all kinds of high quality clamps that will be used to make sure all of this stuff stays put when it's driving down the road with plenty of boost feeding the engine. Now back to the head unit, or the supercharger. This one is made by Vortec in partnership, I believe, with A&A Corvette. It's a V3SI, more on that in a little bit. But basically we have a new longer belt here. It turns this pulley, and this is where the magic happens. That gets pulled, there's a ratio in there, I think it's like 4:1, it speeds it up. And this sucks air in really quickly through that air filter, compresses it in the supercharger head unit, forces it out down through here like we already said, and that's what makes the power. The supercharger gets mounted to the engine with this wonderful A&A bracketry, the best in the industry, I believe anyway. And this gets bolted together. It's stout and it's robust, plenty of belt wrap. And here's the bracket kit that's included and the spacers. And again, this is what attaches it to the front of the engine and keeps that belt nice and snug and tight. We touched on the blow-off valve already. It was connected to the tube. This is a 50mm race port by TurboSmart. It's the blow-off valve, again, releases the pressure when you let off the gas. They also have two other options. I think it's a 38mm race port, which I have on the C5, and a 52mm Big Bubba, which apparently makes quite a ruckus and is only for people that really want to annoy their neighbors. The kit comes with 8 new spark plugs. These are copper TR6 plugs. They're a little bit colder and they do a good job of staying cool when you have the higher combustion chamber temperatures that you get in a forced induction motor. Here we have the fuel injectors supplied for A&A Corvette by Fuel Injector Connection. These are Bosch, in my case, 80-pound injectors. 60-pounders are pretty common for people that don't have E85 or ethanol available to them. This is something where you don't want to skimp. Never buy injectors from a company that's not reputable and they're not new and you don't have guaranteed injector data. Fuel Injector Connection has worked with Greg Banish, if you know who he is. Probably the best tuner out there, bar none, I would go as far as to say. And Greg has characterized these injectors. It's not just how much fuel they flow, there's a bunch of other data and information that needs to be entered into the tune. And if your tuner doesn't have that data, you could have the best injectors of the world and they wouldn't work very well. Next up, we have a breather kit which goes to the oil filler cap, and this vents out extra crankcase vapors back into the air filter assembly where they get reburnt. This does a really good job, so most guys don't end up using or even needing a catch can, and so that's great that this comes with the kit. This is specific to C6 Corvettes. We have to modify the heater hose routing to make a little bit more room for the head unit, so that's nice. It's complete. They've got the connector in there, and they've got nice heat shrink connectors to make for a professional looking job when this is all done. We touched on the intercooler, but I want to point out we've got these custom fabricated panels that come with the kit that help guide and direct air so that it all goes through the intercooler from the opening in the front of the car. So that's great. Here's the opening in front of the car, by the way. It's going to go right through that big opening right there. And you don't have to hunt through a giant bag of hardware to figure out where the mounting bolts and things are for this, because everything you need comes in this nicely labeled and packaged little bag. That's what's cool about the A&A kit. Everything is organized, well laid out, and packaged beautifully. Next up, we've got supercharger oil. Since the V3 SI is self-contained, here's the oil for it. Needs to be changed about every 7,500 miles. Not too bad. Moving over here, we have the booster pump. And what this does is the C6's fuel tanks, which are located kind of in front of the rear tires, have the fuel sending unit up towards the top, which means you would have to drop both tanks, the crossover, everything to get the fuel pumps out. So what they use instead is a booster pump. And what this does is when you are in boost at full throttle, the booster pump supplies extra voltage to the fuel pump, making sure that it can keep up with and supply more fuel volume and pressure than it can without the assistance of the booster pump. And I've been using a booster pump on the C5 for going on 8 years now, and it has been, knock on wood, absolutely flawless. Moving over here, we have the optional Racetronics fuel pump wiring plug and play harness kit. This provides a robust power and ground and basically just upgrades the wiring to the booster pump and to the fuel pump so that you don't have to rely on the marginal 20-plus-year-old C6 fuel pump wiring.
There is a prevalent problem with the fuel pump relay pin in the wire harness plug. And if you look very carefully, right here, you will see that there is one that is brown and burned. That, my friends, just happens to be the contact pin for the fuel pump relay.
Next up, we have the pinning kit for the Harmonic balancer. It's got a brand new GM bolt. Here's the fixture. There's a pin down here, and this is used to lock the Harmonic balancer to the crankshaft, because believe it or not, there is no keyway or anything like that. It's just a pressure snug fit. And using this pinning kit makes it much, much less likely that you would ever spin that Harmonic balancer on the crankshaft. Two more items left here. This is a support kit which drops the radiator down a little bit, giving us a little bit more clearance, allowing the air to get into the supercharger, and then also allowing the air from the intercooler to get to the throttle body. Again, just look at how nice and packaged everything is. And these are all in the instructions as well. Vacuum tees and fittings and whatnot. And this is really a complete, well put together kit. Here is the top shroud cover plate that seals everything in so air flows through the intercooler and the condenser and the radiator better. And this just finishes everything off nicely on top so that everything is sealed up pretty well. Back to the supercharger head units for just a moment. I chose the Vortec V3 SI because it is a super efficient design and it should very easily meet my 550 to 600 rear wheel horsepower goal for the C6. If your goal happens to be more like 700-ish or a little bit more to the rear tires, you could go with the TI trim supercharger head unit. If you're going all out building a purpose-built blower motor with goals of 1,000 horsepower and even more, that's a little outside of my league right now, but you could talk to Andy or Josh about the Vortec V3 JT head unit or step up to the V7 YSI head unit, which maybe in my future sometime. The time has come for me to finally put the camera down for just a moment to get started on the C6 Supercharger installation. If you enjoyed today's video, please tap that thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss the highly detailed series of videos I'll be doing documenting that complete installation process. Thanks for watching.